Alright, good morning. Is it still morning? Or good afternoon. I think it's afternoon now, like 12:30. And I'm amazed by the fact that you see the sweat dripping from my face. It was actually more than that because I got out the shower and the humidity. And it is so hot, like in that cubby hole that I'm residing in, that when I come out here, it's like a whole different environment. It's like the world, but it's like your home base is your home base. Now, when I walked out, I'm going to tell you a little bit of insanity is a good thing. When I walked outside, there's this big fat guy, and I think like around this time, maybe he gets off at work or something, because he'll be walking down the street like you're singing at the top of his lungs, and he's got to know that he's singing loud, but I can tell that he's not insane, that he just don't give a fuck, and sometimes I think in this world that things get like that to the point where I think you need a release because the world is fucking crazy, so you need to be able to, act like that a little bit, The other thing I wanted to mention about underclothes, I don't have on a bra, and usually I don't talk about this. I think it's because I started doing the X2 thing, but the reason that I don't, it's odd to me because, like I said, I gained a lot of weight and I'm really fat now, and it's odd to me because in the past I may put on a bra but not have on panties, but it's the opposite today. I don't have on a bra because I have on a halter thing, but on top of that, I haven't been able to find my bra in days, and then the bra that that's the only bra that, and my other bras, I had a lot of bras. The other bras, I have no idea at all where they are. I don't know where they disappeared to. So it's just like I have that one bra, and then I have a bunch of other bras, but all of them have some kind of malfunction, like the wires sticking out of one, and then the rest of them are strapless bras, but they're strapless, but they're too big around the waist, so they won't stay up. So I have to wear like 2 or 3 bras to get one bra that comfortably fits, and that's not a good look. So, I mean, it gives you some boost, but it's just, not a good look. And sometimes, like if a button pops open, it just looks odd to have all that material. So, what was I going to talk about? So, yeah, I'm opting for comfort today. Usually I wear my sandals, so they're very uncomfortable. Again, I'm doing my my tennis shoes just because they're comfortable. And I just put on a pair of panties and they happen to match, so yay for that. What I want to mention, today, as you can see, I'm not doing the interview thing today. I did get quote unquote hired for a job on Monday. We'll see how that goes. Let me tell you, I don't know if I shared this experience. I think I did yesterday about I did the 2 interviews. One, I did knock over a mannequin. The second one, the guy was talking about penis, and, when acclimating me, he was talking about penis. Why would you do that, But I didn't think nothing of it because I take everything in stride. I remember, and I guess it was, I just kind of laughed it off. He was like, it was just completely inappropriate, but I just kind of, segued and focused on the work part of it, And then today, what stopped me in my tracks was the first 2 job postings that I had were postings that I visited already. One of them, and I think I'm going to start a website about these experiences because I know I'm not the only one experiencing this bullshit, for real. One of them, and I'm just going to entitle it like Maria's work history or some shit like that. One of them was one that I visited before. I didn't like the fact that they were dishonest. Instead of just saying that it's commission only the first week and then you get your salary the following weeks and you have to make 12, what I'm saying, deals or whatever, they just said it was commission only, So, I mean, they said that, oh, no, we'll decide if we're going to pay you. I don't like stuff like that. I like to know. So I was able to confirm this morning, and I'm going to start on Monday. Then the other job yesterday that I was supposed to start today, they do handwritten checks, and I asked if they could please have a typewritten check. And I offered, I can make a template if they needed a template, because the place that I cash my checks do not accept handwritten checks for obvious reasons, you know. And at that point, I was I was advised that it was okay. Don't worry about it, you know. I'm like, wow. So then I called the second one, which was again an old one that was revisited, and I found out that this one, the employer, it was so dishonest. The first time that I went to interview for these people, and it was sad because it was really unnecessary. I would, you know, it was abusive when you think about it. Basically, I went for the interview. It was him and the girl. The him was the owner. Now, I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know. But during the interview, I was focused on the work portion of it. He kept segueing into personal stuff, like where do you live? Do you have a boyfriend? You know, and stuff like that. I was like, wow. And then, you know, he got the girl to participate in what he was doing, saying, yeah, we sleep together from time to time, you know, and looking at me like, was that all right with me? I was like, what in the world? You know, but I stayed focused on the work, and the girl didn't seem like she had any parts of it, but she allowed him to do that, you know. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is a test. And so then I was like, I have another appointment, because instead of being an interview, he was just running me in circles, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about my personal stuff, and I was telling him about my skills and my work experience. So finally I was just like, at that point, you know, a good exit was that, you know, I have another appointment that's coming up. What I would like to do, you know, I am interested. What I'd like to do is go ahead and start on such and such a date, on a trial basis. We'll see how it works out. If you have any documents you'd like me to read, I'll go ahead and take them. He said he had to print them. I said, okay, not a problem. I'll go to the interview when I come back, or the appointment when I come back. And he was asking all kinds of questions like, you have a lunch date? Who's the date with? You know, I was like, really? I said, no, it's a professional appointment, you know. And he was just like, well, who's it with? You know, where is it at? Can I drive you there? I was like, this guy really had a problem. I don't know what his problem was, but he really had a problem. Now, this was way back in like January, like early January. So I don't know what his problem was. And I always try to think, you know, what may be the reason for that. I don't have anything provocative, in my opinion, online. On XTube, I do just recently, maybe the past 2 weeks. I've been vlogging there. And so, you know, nothing adult, but it's just I wasn't wearing clothes and things like that because I felt like I needed to get things done. But in the environment that I live in, as you know, it's very hot, humid. It's not a kind environment. So, where am I going? Okay. So, yeah. So, I was very not happy with that. But, you know, they didn't. He was like, he went so far as to tell me, you know, I came back, I got the paperwork, I asked him for a business card, he scoffed, you know, and he was like, oh, I can't find out. I was like, okay, not a problem, you know, I'll see you on Monday. And then the girl was like, you know, he's going to be out of town for a few days, and he was like, I'm going to be out of town, don't worry, it might be, you know, a week or whatever, but don't worry. I said, okay, not a problem. I didn't hear back, but it was just like, it was just so weird. I didn't even follow up on it. But then, like I said, I'm actively looking again. So I saw the ad posted again, and I responded. I was transferred to him, and he was just like, you know, the first thing is like, he was like, you know, you have a lot of echo in your phone. And he was saying it in order to elicit, he was trying to elicit like anger from me, or like a defensive response, but I didn't respond defensively, you know. I just allowed him to say what he had to say, and I was going to wait for him to finish so I can get back to the meat of the matter. And then he was just like, oh, I think we've spoken already, haven't we? And I was like, yes, we have. And he was like, I don't think it'll be a good fit. And I was like, okay, not a problem, take care and good luck. And I thought about it, and I was like, wow, wait a minute, you know, the last time that we spoke, he actually invited me to come in, you know. So, you know, either one or two things. One, he's just being completely dishonest, or two, he's just mistaken. And I need to call him on that, because he needs to be held to that, you know, needs to be called on it. So, because otherwise it's just like they're just pushing you around any kind of way. Your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings don't matter, and that, you know, it's okay for them to behave unscrupulously and unprofessionally and, you know, waste people's time like that. So, you know, I just contacted them back, and I was like, when the receptionist person answered, what I said was, you know, hi, this is such and such, you know, I just spoke to such and such, and I think that he mistook me for the wrong person, you know, and asked to be put back through. And when she put me through, you know, at least he was man enough to answer. He answered and was like, I was like, hi, this is such and such. And I just spoke to you, but I think that you might have me mistaken for another person, because the last time that we spoke, you were inviting me in. You invited me in. And then he was just like, well, it's not a good fit. And I said, well, that's not what you said the last time we spoke. That's not what you said the last time that we spoke. So either you're mistaken or you're being dishonest. Last time we spoke, you invited me in, gave me the paperwork for work, and you know, we were ready to start. So he said, again, it's not a good fit, and hung up, you know. So, you know, I appreciated his candidness and honesty the second time around, but that should have been done the first time. I withstood his abuse, the sexual stuff that he was saying to his receptionist or whatever, and just all the stuff that he was saying to me. And when I told him I didn't want to ride to my next appointment, because really my next appointment was none of his business, he was just trying to get into it. And, you know, then when I said no thank you, he was like, well, why? And I was like, because I'm not comfortable with that, you know. So I don't know what his problem is, but he definitely, something's wrong there. But he hung up, and then what I did was I just sent the transcription of, you know, the conversation, and just let them know that, you know, I thought it was unprofessional, dishonest, and that if he's doing business like that with anybody on any level, imagine what he's doing with customers and clients, and it's not fair, you know. I heard that big old thing. I thought it was the bus. It always seems to happen where I'm walking down the street for the bus and it passes me by. Hopefully, I don't think I have any $1 bills, so I'm gonna stop and do that. But the other thing I wanted to mention as well was that I was on the internet, and because of that experience, I'm thinking, you know, what happened? Did he see something unsavory? You know, so I did a search for myself. I searched me, Googled me, and, you know, just to see what was out there. I saw my boring ass blogs about looking for a job. Coincidentally, this is in 2011. I was looking for a job, and I'm looking for a job now, and I happened upon my old blog about me looking for a job. In addition to that, I saw, of course, my YouTube channels. I saw my poetry. I saw my small business blog. I saw a blog about I saw some things about the legal situation, the appeals, and I saw where somebody else did a story on it. And I want to respond to that story, because actually that's the only thing that gave me hope today to kind of get up and even get out, because one, the person did a story on it, and it was kind of amateurish, the story, but it was in the Daily Business Review. But I could see that, you know, this person cared enough to write about it. You know, he researched a little bit and found the gist of it. You know, there was somebody else that did a story on it a while back, Susan Brenner, and I responded to her. That didn't show up in the search results, but I want to keep it alive because I responded to that in full. I don't know his name. I think it was David Brenner or something. I don't remember his name. I don't think that's right. I may be confusing it. But in the posting that he posted, he got a little closer to the truth, but it's not the complete the truth. I need to address it. What he said was that, you know, he had my name versus state. Then he had how somebody could, you know, have information and is non-malicious and still be convicted. You know what I mean? But because, you know, they said the information was taken home to work from home. And that is true. It was taken home to work from home, but it was because the director authorized that to be done. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, you know, but I want to say thank you to him, because even though that article is 2 years old, I mean, it's really helpful to me. And the reason that it's helpful to me is because, I'm starting to feel, just like, as all these years go by, as I get older, I've gained like 30 pounds. Even the pictures that I saw of me